Joshua Tree National Park. Well, this is just a start. I mean, there are no Joshua trees in this area just yet. They'll be in a little bit. But I figured I'd stop at the first stop because there's a little bit of walk, a little bit of a hike up to these rocks. You can just see, it doesn't rain here much. In fact, they had a little describer back there about the animals that live in the area. They got a coyote, which, for all intents and purposes, eats anything that's swallowable. So they advise you don't feed it. They don't want it to get in the habit of liking humans. And they've got roadrunners, which actually chase down their prey, and even though they can fly. And they say don't give them water because they get most of their water through the prey they eat and through the blood that they have. And then they have the tortoise, and they warn everybody, look out for them on the road. I've seen a couple on the road. They look like rocks from a distance until you get up on them and you realize it's a tortoise. Not that I ride over rocks. And of course there's that lizards. They go running around all over the place. They're everywhere around here. That's a pretty big one. That one's at least like 8-9 inches long. Funky ass beetle. Yeah, I'm not going any further than these rocks. This is just the start of many hikes that are in this area. Nice cool day to start with. So, if I was going to do any hiking, I would do this right off the bat. Because, you know, well, it's not supposed to be too hot today. It's still going to be hot enough. Right here is as far as I'm going on the trail. The trail continues up further. You can see all these big boulders. Apparently there were native people who actually did live there. Years and years and years ago. That almost looked like a cave until you get a better look at it. Nothing really special about any of these rocks other than just their geographic, their geology, I guess. Just kind of the pretty landscape. Okie dokie. Almost looks like a road here. Well, people have been walking through it, so might be. Okay, let's see the rest of the park. So, here we are. Barren or Bountiful. Basically, this little exhibition right here, they actually call it an exhibit. Like, there was a sign on the road saying, exhibit ahead. This exhibit here basically says, you know, no matter how you see a desert, a desolate place for like energy opportunities, a desert wonderland to like have recreational fun, but you should also see it as a vast and vibrant ecosystem. That even though there's a lot of space between the plants and the animals aren't so big, doesn't mean that there are not a lot of little creatures scurrying around. Woo-wee-oo. Okie dokie. You're not allowed to off-road. I want to take the bike off road. I really do, but you know, you got to respect the rules. And they're like, I saw a big sign said no drones, $180 fine if they catch you flying a drone. I don't own a drone, so it's not a problem for me. One thing always confusing me when I was coming in here, because this is Joshua Tree National Forest. I really didn't know what a Joshua tree was. I think that's a baby one growing right there. But those things sticking out of the ground, the big trees that are in the thing, those are Joshua trees. Okay? So I'm walking up on one right now. Yep. This is a Joshua tree right here. They only grow in this desert. Okay, so Joshua Tree National Forest is actually the combination where two deserts meet. I don't really understand it fully myself, but this is the Mojave Desert, and then there's the Arizona Desert, which I'll get into later. Now, Joshua trees do not grow in the Arizona Desert, only in the Mojave Desert. So, this right here, Joshua tree. And you can see them all scattered around. I don't know if this, maybe this is the only place there are Joshua trees. I'm not really sure. But this is a large collection of them. And obviously it's a national park. So that's a Joshua tree. Okay, this is obviously this is actually a picnic area. It's also called Large Rock, which I think you can imagine how it got the name. So, you know, when I see these large rock and the boulder formations that are all around here, all I can think of is Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. You'll have a yabba dabba doo time. I don't know. I just get that vibe. Okay. It also almost seems surreal, like it's a little too perfect, like everything's a little too clean. It almost kind of looks like it's a movie set, like you're some alien landscape and a Gorn is going to come walking out. I do know they did film some of the Star Trek stuff. Well, I don't know if it was here, but they definitely went to some of the deserts that were in Southern California, so maybe this is a landscape I recognize from some cheesy sci-fi back in the 50s. This is like an ideal place to nap. Nice angle to the rock. Maybe an ideal picnic spot. You know, they say it's like, for camping, it's like really great here because there's not a lot of light pollution, so you can really see the stars. I know from 29 Palms, which I stayed last night, the sky is pretty nice. And because you're in Southern California, you get a lot of clear skies. They have a great picture of Halley's Comet over the skyline here. I guess whenever the last time Halley's Comet came by. This place is just called Jumbo Rocks, not Huge Rocks. So you get to ride around it. You get off and maybe, well, there's not really much exploring you can do, just kind of hike around the rocks. There's a nice little line right through there. What kind of geologic thing caused that? Okay. Off to, next I think is a viewing point. Well, more Jumbo Rocks. Not really a lookout, more of a picnic area, but you do get kind of a view. This is actually the start of a trail. I mean, you can see it there. That's a 20-mile trail that goes through the park. Now, obviously, I have no intention of doing it. I am not dressed for it. And 20 miles, I got to assume, takes most of the day. Because a marathon is 26 miles, and this is over mountainous terrain. So, ooh. I wish I had the internet, because I really want to research, because I want to say I've seen some of this stuff before. I swear something's been filmed here that I've seen. See if I can read that sign from here. Okay. Yeah, it basically says don't camp. And it's alright, but they are assuming no responsibility if it falls on you. Like no fires. Also be aware, because it's cool, it says something about like animals will go in there to beat the heat, so be careful. A lot of precarious looking brave souls go down there. There's nothing like having a several ton rock over you that you can see is just sitting on other rocks. Especially, and on the occasions it does rain, I'm sure that floods. I don't feel like getting all dirtied up by climbing down there. Yeah, I'll go with that. Woohoo. Cool. Skull Rock. Kind of looks like a skull. Lead me to the rock, which is higher than I. Oh, there's one. There's another. There's another. Whew. A virtual maze. They describe how this place was formed. This is all granite. So, when the granite was formed, it was formed with something like, I think they say 85 million years ago or something like that, under the ground. What happened was, through millions of years of earthquakes, it cracked all this up. Okay, through millions of years of earthquakes. Then as it was kind of moving towards the surface, groundwater leaked in and eroded away at it till eventually it was unearthed, obviously, through erosion, and this is the formation you now see. And it's a tourist attraction. You know, I do wonder about people. Like, if you were to go back like 200 years ago, like, people will pay money to see rocks. Oh, are they made out of gold or silver? No, granite. And they're rocks. Rocks, more rocks. Joshua tree, and there's also another that's similar to a Joshua tree, which is also in this area. So, I don't think I can go through there. Apparently, a number of people have made trails in this area for to show out geological formations and other such nuanced stuff. And you can see the trails like out there, some people over there. Just walk all around the jumbo. Some of them are several miles long, some are just like less than a mile. Some of them are very challenging, while others are not very. And I don't know if I'm on one or just kind of making it up as I go along. There's another big one. Yeah, some of those lizards are actually quite decent size. Okay. All right. Making my way. Yeah, okay. So here's the thing, I'm right now in the bighorn sheep domain. Apparently there's about 250 bighorn sheep that actually live in the park. They say that's a healthy number. And they live on like these rocks. They need a lot of area away from humans. And they need water sources. I guess they're a little shy, so if the water source is used by humans, they won't use it. So I don't see any. But then again, they could be over there, those hills, over those hills, over those hills. So The odds of me seeing one is quite low. Ooh. Walking around. Actually, these trails are just for hikers. Yeah, I don't really expect to see any sheep. 250 on how many thousands of acres? I think it was like one sheep per blah blah blah. Who knows if they're like laying down, sleeping in the shade all day. Plus, they say they're like human activity and kind of near a road. So. I don't know why I'm going over here. Just pick an area and go. Man, a whole lot of fun could be had. Oh, not climbing. Confused me for a bit because I didn't know, because it said off the road, it said sign Hall of Horrors. I didn't know what they meant. Well, now I kind of do. A bunch of this area has these little tunnels. Not only have these tunnels, you can actually scale all your way up there, and it's not super difficult, but you climb up that rock, then up there, and you can kind of go all the way up to the top. So there's a east and west side to this, apparently. Of where you can just climb all the way to the top of this thing. And it's not like you actually need like rock climbing gear. Like you're not going to be. I mean, obviously, it is possible to fall and hurt yourself. But yeah, they have a lot of I guess these crevices, these little caves. So they call it the Hall of Horrors. Although that one is... Oh, there's a way to get back there. Okay, so this is what they mean by it. Woohoo! Look at this. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Now would not be the time for an earthquake. Okay, I can't fit through there. Okay. That's interesting. Must get shorter. Must get shorter. Okay, so that's what this whole place is about. There's a lot of nice little, like, naturally formed caves. Okay. Okay. Oh. Cracked clean in half. I did that. I'm taking credit for it. I punched it. You know, I believe it's that hill. It's called Ryan's View. There's a trail. It's 3 miles total. So it must be like an hour and a half up. I mean, a mile and a half up, mile and a half down. They got a trail. If you're just looking, you can kind of see the outlines of people who are taking it. I am not, because I'm headed to a different spot where you can drive up to the view.